Welcome. In front of me I have the AMAZFIT Active Max, and I'll be going over unboxing along with a quick... Okay, so let's just get straight into this. Oh, actually I don't need a knife. We have a nice pull tab, which, unlike any kind of thing that Samsung would implement, holds on one piece and comes off without much of a problem. Nice. I feel like I need to point that out because, like I said, Samsung can't figure it out. Anyway, in here we got everything placed on the package. We have manual, tiny little booklet. We have the watch itself, which is a little bit of a bigger size than I expected, which is what she said. We got our charging pack, magnetic one. Love to see those. And then here we get our watch strap. Slide that out. Come on, there we go. Okay, just plop that on here right away. Oh, there's also some movement in this. Interesting. Okay, so peel that off. And I presume this one will be the boot up. Or I might need to plug it in. Yep, looks like I need to plug it in. No, never mind. It's turning on. Okay, got me good here. So, I should probably start off with the price tag for this, which is surprisingly, I would say, nicely priced for what it offers. So let's start off with the price being at just below $200. So right now on their official website it's selling for 729 PLN. I don't know if this is the same price for every region, so that's what I'm saying, and that is just shy of 200 bucks. So with that in mind, it's a nicely priced device, watch, with a, by the first glance on their website, pretty damn good offering, I would say. So we have everything that you'd expect from, like, you know, working out modes and some blood oxygenation, heart rates, and all that jazz. But where it gets more interesting is, for instance, a thing like the Zeep Coach, which is basically a coach that's gonna help you out, like working out. A free maps on here, so you can just use them basically offline through, I believe it's GPS. Yep, without internet. And yeah, it's cool that they're just basically free. You don't need to pay anything. Just I do want to point that out, as this is not necessarily the kind of standard for some devices. So yeah, it is here. Another thing is, if I keep scrolling down on the page there, we have integration with Strava, tracking peaks, Komoot, I think that's how you pronounce it, and Relive, along with a dreadful inclusion of AI assistant. Ugh. Anyway, another nice feature for watch like this is the fact that it comes with NFC, though by the looks of it, it uses ZipPay. I don't know if this will support every kind of paying method or how that works, but there is NFC and it does supposedly support paying through it. So that's something that I do want to mention, as there are other, for instance, smartbands from, as an example, Xiaomi, which do come with NFC, but payment is basically locked into China with their whatever they're using in China for paying. So things like Google Pay out of the window right away. Therefore, it comes with NFC, but it's basically useless for paying, which is probably what you'd be using that for the most part for anyway. At least that's what I use it for. So here we have some kind of ZipPay, and hopefully that is going to be solid enough for paying anywhere. Now, if we go into more of a technical rundown, the display, I do want to point out it's not easy to see, but it has relatively minimal bezels. So the device looks pretty modern. The glass itself has a little bit of a curve to it, so it feels nice when just moving from the bezel. Additionally, this is an AMOLED display with a 1.5 inches of size and resolution of 480 by 480 with 3000 nits of peak brightness and 323 pixels per inch. So generally, this screen right here is superb. Now, in terms of battery, we're looking at a 658 milliamps, which is decent battery size for a watch. And on top of that, the typical battery longevity for like typical usage is something along the lines of 25 days. That is freaking insane. I need to charge my little Samsung Galaxy Watch, what is it, 6 I think? Literally every single day. Or, well, if I stretch it, every other day. So that is every 25 days. Nice. And now moving on. So in terms of heavy usage of the watch, you would be looking at 13 days of battery life, which is still insane when you compare to actual smartwatches, which this is. This obviously isn't a smartwatch. Well, it isn't a normal meaning of the word, but not in the kind of what I guess people associate with smartwatches nowadays, which would be running Android Wear OS. So this is not running Android Wear OS, therefore it doesn't really have access to Play Store and won't allow you to download applications from there. But because of that, you get an insane battery life, and it still comes with integration to things like Strava, as an example, like I mentioned before, basically kind of mitigating some of the need for Play Store, I would say. Now, one last battery kind of, or a couple more battery rundown. So battery longevity here with always on display will be 10 days. Still fantastic. Considering this display would be permanently on, 10 days is insane. And continuous usage of GPS, you're looking at 64 hours of battery life, which again, for continuous GPS usage, again, absolutely insane. So even though technically this is a bit of a step down from 25 days to 64 hours, we lost some battery here, but we're looking at the GPS usage, which is power intensive, and that is still better than my watch when I'm trying to not use always on display. I do have lift to wake, or whatever, raise to wake. So that's the only thing I have. I have NFC on and Wi-Fi and nothing else on, really, along with sleep tracking. And that gets me about 2 days of maximum battery usage. This gets with permanent GPS on, more than that. And another kind of drain here looks to be if you add music to it. With music, you're basically getting a third of that. So we're looking at 22 hours while having continuous GPS and continuous music, which again, for workout purposes, if you're listening to music from the watch and tracking your running routines and whatever, 22 hours, I'm not sure where you're running, but I'm pretty sure 22 freaking hours will be good enough to give you that whatever longevity you need. I doubt you will be running for more than 22 hours. So this is still insane battery life for how much the watch would need to actually do. Now in terms of sensors, biometric Biotracker PPG with 5 PD plus 2 LED. We have gyroscope, ambient light sensor, geomagnetic, whatever, temperature. I'm basically kind of stumbling through this because I'm translating that as I go. The website is in Polish right now. And we also have, what is it called? Not barometer? No, basically, altitude. There we go. So we have altitude sensor. On top of that, five satellite system or positioning systems, and Bluetooth BLE 5.3. So pretty new Bluetooth, which also will mean that the battery life is going to be better than, for instance, with Bluetooth 5.2. As for the most part, the increases are in bandwidth and in the power consumption of it. Anything else in here? I'm pretty sure that's, for the most part, most of like the technically important information. So with that in mind, for that 730 PLN, or just below like $200, this I believe is a fantastic watch. And the only thing I would personally like to see, and something that I would love to have like this, would be if this watch was just a little bit smaller. For this specific model, whatever we get right here with the battery life and all that, obviously this is running a 1.5-inch display, so it's significantly bigger than what I daily drive, which, as a comparison, here is a Galaxy Watch 6 or 7, and this. Obviously this one has a much smaller, this is a 40 millimeter watch face right here, while this is, I'm actually not even sure, considering it's showing me 1.5 inches of screen size alone. The screen here, I'm pretty sure, is bigger than my entire watch. So just kind of put it over it. Maybe just bring a little bit more light so it's a bit more visible. So you can see it basically, it's basically as the display is almost as big as the watch itself. So anyway, that's about it. So I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like,